MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Our team coverage begins now as time is running out to return your ballot for this year's school election. What you need to know is right off the top.
Israeli troops move in on Rafah. I'm Jared Hill with the latest step in the war in Gaza as Israel and Hamas go back and forth on a ceasefire.
And it survived flood and fire and has been the go-to for people in southern Montana for nearly 100 years. We're heading out and about this morning to a place that has literally stood the test of time. Alrighty, it is 6 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. Jane McDonald and Matt Elwell with you. Well, I'm a little optimistic. I mean, at least there's a little spots of some potential sunshine coming through the area.
We may see a few rays of sunshine, but today's going to be this transition to this windy, wet, snowy, eventually setup. And I think tomorrow morning is going to be very questionable as we're going out. A lot of slushy roads expected as we see winter once again setting in.
So Mayflowers may not happen today.
Yes,
is what you're saying.
Spring Mayflower. I don't know. It messes you up thinking about it.
Something's coming today.
30s and 40s for the early morning, and we're not going to warm up much from where we are right now as this cooler air begins to pool back in. You're going to notice that wind out of the north-northwest through the afternoon and evening. That's when the showers begin to build across the area, and there's a lot of blue on there. That indicates that we're probably going to see at least some accumulation of snow right now. Most of us are probably in that 1 to 3 inch range by early tomorrow morning for the vast majority of southwest Montana, at least in the valleys. We'll talk more about what to expect heading toward Mother's Day weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. Now, time is running out to return your ballot for this year's school election. And voters in Butte, Silverbow, and Gallatin County are being asked to elect trustees and pass levies and bonds. And our team coverage begins with Kristen Merkel.
Bozeman schools are asking voters to approve levies for more than $600,000. And with elections on Tuesday, what will these levies be for and what will happen if they don't pass?
So an operating levy is part of the general fund and it's used to pay all of the expenses to run a school. So it's 90% salaries and benefits. We also use the operating levy to pay for lights to keep the schools on or open, utilities, anything that it takes to physically keep a building open.
The district's Director of Business Services, Lacey Clark, says the district is asking for $250,000 in the elementary district and $430,000 for the high school district.
If the levies don't pass, it's written into both of our union contracts that will go back to the negotiation table. So that means we'll all meet in a circle and we'll open negotiations back up. We negotiate on a 2-year cycle, so this will be the second year of a 2-year cycle, so it's not a typical negotiation period.
Clark says levies are typically fully supported by the Bozeman community, and the last time one didn't pass was back in the 80s. In Bozeman, Kristen Merkel, MTN News.
Hello, I'm John Amy here at Butte High School, and voters in Butte Silverbow on Tuesday will have a chance to consider 2 mill levy taxes. The first is a 2.46 mill levy that will raise over $200,000 for operational expenses at Butte's elementary schools. The second is an 8.46 mill levy that will raise $850,000 for safety costs at the high school. If passed, the elementary school mill levy would add just over $3 to the property taxes for homeowners whose home is valued at $100,000. The high school mill levy will add just over $11 to the property taxes for homes valued at that same price. In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
And our team coverage continues next half hour, where we're going to discuss Gallatin County as a whole and delve into the Belgrade school bond. But first, a lot of bridge construction is about to take place near Butte. The Montana Department of Transportation is working to rehabilitate 7 bridges along Interstate 15 and Interstate 90 over the next couple of months. The Montana Department of Transportation says improvements on the bridges will vary depending on what is needed for rehabilitation. Some improvements include resurfacing roads, deck or guardrail improvements, and substructure repairs. The MDT says the work will help extend the service life of the bridges. An MDT spokesman says that the motorists can call 511 or check the web app before traveling to see what areas may be delayed. And lingering uncertainty in the Middle East this morning, Hamas has agreed to a potential ceasefire deal, though Israel says the conditions are not what was previously discussed. Israel's military has launched strikes in Rafah, and it says it is taking control of the Palestinian side of the crossing into Egypt. The White House warns that operation puts even more innocent civilians at risk. CBS News' Jared Hill has the latest from New York.
Israel's military released new video of its forces taking control of the Palestinian side of the Rafah crossing after it began airstrikes in the city in southern Gaza. All this despite word that Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire proposal. Palestinians cheered in the streets, but their celebration may be premature. Israel's war cabinet says what Hamas has agreed to, quote, is far from meeting Israel's core demands. Still, Israel says it's sending a delegation to Egypt to maximize the possibility of reaching an agreement.
Reaching an agreement is the absolute best outcome, not only for the hostages, but for the Palestinian people. And we're not going to stop working to that outcome.
The Biden administration says it's reviewing the details of Hamas's response, which came after President Biden's roughly 30-minute-long call with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Officials say the president warned Netanyahu that the military operation in Rafah puts 1 million innocent people at greater risk. Israel dropped leaflets urging 100,000 people in parts of the city to evacuate ahead of the strikes. Israel's defense forces say Rafah is a Hamas stronghold.
End this war, save all the hostages.
Still, pressure continues to mount in Tel Aviv as protesters again called on Netanyahu to accept a ceasefire deal and get the missing hostages back to their loved ones. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And today, President Biden is expected to give remarks at a Holocaust Remembrance Day ceremony in Washington, D.C. Now, a little back closer to home, Montana Fish, Wildlife and Parks reports a man searching for antlers shot and killed a grizzly bear on private land northwest of Wolf Creek. The FWP says the encounter happened on April 25th. The man tells wardens that after seeing a fresh grizzly bear track in a snow patch, he continued along his path and ran into an adult female grizzly standing near the top of a ridge about 20 yards away. The man said the bear charged him, so he drew his handgun and fired 5 shots, killing the bear. The man was not injured in the encounter. He was not carrying bear spray. FWP says the bear had a single cub of the year nearby that was later captured by FWP and taken to the Wildlife Rehabilitation Center in Helena. And new data from the CDC shows the health gap is widening for those living in rural America. 15% of Americans living in rural areas and are more likely to die earlier than people living in urban areas. It's a fact that hits home right here in Montana, home to many rural cities and towns. Our Charlie Kleps looks into the numbers, the reasons behind them, and their impact on the Treasure State.
According to the CDC, more than 46 million Americans live in rural communities, and that includes here in Montana. While there's many perks to living outside of the city, many do face big challenges in terms of accessing health care.
We didn't know for sure what was going on.
It's a nightmare Cheryl Donovan will never forget.
I was just hoping that we made it in time. I was hoping we could make it in time.
Cheryl's husband, Dale, was suddenly overcome by West Nile virus last August and was quickly rushed to the hospital in Sydney.
I think we got there about 2 o'clock, and by 3:30 a.m. we knew we were flying out somewhere.
The Donovans live in a small North Dakota town called Trenton, population 735, and quickly learned that Dale needed to be sent elsewhere. Donovan was life-flighted to St. Vincent Healthcare in Billings, where he spent 10 days in a coma.
But it was very emotional that first 10 days because we didn't know if he was going to come out.
Donovan's story is unfortunately very common in Montana.
It's a big gap in rural America, and Montana is unfortunately the leader of that, if you will.
And according to a new report from the CDC, people in rural counties have a higher chance of dying early, a struggle St. Vincent's trauma director Barry McKenzie sees daily.
It's a long way to travel, and they may not have vehicles that can make that distance, or they got to stay and take care of farm and ranch and other commitments and stuff.
Nationwide, around 20% of the U.S. population lives in rural areas. The CDC study estimates that 6.37 million Americans have died prematurely over the last 12 years, with 64% of deaths from unintentional injury, which includes car accidents, falls, and unintentional shootings, as being preventable if patients only would have had faster access to health care.
As a level 1 trauma center, we've had to look at ways to help support that, to provide those resources and training that can really be at that patient's bedside as soon as possible.
A focus for St. V's and other Montana hospitals, and one much appreciated by families like the Donovans.
I was glad they were getting them out of here because I knew Williston or Sydney weren't capable of taking care of the needs.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
And a nurse at the Montana VA healthcare system at Fort Harrison is being recognized for excellence. Jason Leith, a nurse manager, received the honor. Leith worked for the VA for the past 3 years, and prior to that, he served in the Army for 14 years as a nurse manager. He oversees the ICU, emergency department, post-anesthesia, and traveling nurses. Leith's supervisor, Jill Thought, presented the award, and she says Leith does not manage his staff, he serves them.
He's a dedicated staff member. He cares about his staff, and he absolutely is amazing with the veterans. He takes great care of veterans. He takes great pride in managing his units and managing his staff. He absolutely deserved it.
I was definitely not expecting, but you know, it's always well received. I love my staff. I love to take care of my staff, and so, you know, I guess they decided to try and take care of me.
Leith's staff nominated him for the award, and the Chief Nursing Officer for the Veterans Health Administration, Dr. M. Christopher Saslow, attended the ceremony as a guest speaker and to congratulate Leith on his award. And it survived flood and fire and has been the go-to spot for people in southern Montana for nearly 100 years. This week, MTN's Charlie Kleps takes us out and about to the Grizzly Bar in Roscoe, Montana.
If you've ever visited the small town of Roscoe, you've probably checked out the Grizzly Bar. In fact, it might even be the reason that you're in Roscoe. It's a legendary place that's been around for nearly 100 years.
We are out in the middle of nowhere.
There isn't much to the town of Roscoe.
There's 13 people that live in town itself.
Even the residents are hard to find.
We're very remote. People don't know where we're at.
It's a place you could easily drive by without noticing, but if you did, you'd be missing out on one of the most famous bars in all of Montana.
It's iconic. It's a legend.
The legendary Grizzly Bar has stood here since the 1930s. Current owner Jennifer O'Shea has been in charge for the last 21 years.
It had a reputation of its own. It doesn't, I mean, we do very little advertising. It's just basically word of mouth.
The bar's reputation well known, perhaps helped by a saying that can be found everywhere inside.
Nobody really knows where it came from. It's part of our lore.
The simple question, where the hell is Roscoe, has fittingly lived inside the bar for as long as anyone can remember.
I have made several phone calls to past owners, and they all said it was here when they had it.
You won't find a more peaceful setting for a bar and restaurant in Montana, but that wasn't the case just 2 summers ago.
It was wild. We couldn't get here for 3 days.
The historic floods of 2022 rerouted the East Rosebud River, nearly wiping away the town. The images, still jarring to O'Shea, proof that the historic bar was almost no more.
The bar was an island. There's just water all around us. We just never thought that would ever happen.
Miraculously, it survived the high water, and things are starting to return back to normal. The seasonal bar opened its doors for another summer on Thursday.
It was a struggle. It was rough, and I think right now we're finally coming back up out of it.
But soon, one thing won't be the same. O'Shea, after 21 years, is looking to find a new owner.
In my opinion, it doesn't matter who's running it. It just has its own thing going.
And while she says it's sad to see her era at the Grizzly end, she's looking forward to coming back as a visitor.
I'm excited to be the person on the other side of the bar as opposed to behind it.
In Roscoe, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
It's amazing.
I
That is
love
so
that
cool.
place. You know, when I got into the business and working in Billings in the early 2000s, I would take trips to go fishing, and that was one of the end points and the high points.
It just
going
seems
to the Grizzly Bar.
Like such an iconic place to
it's
be.
fun.
And it might just be passing new ownership, but definitely will be serving people for years to come. Now, before we head into a break, I'm going to take us over to Alaska.
Oh,
and
good.
Kind of an all call. If anybody's looking for a new car, well, there's going to be a car auction. And
I have daughters that want a new car.
Matt, I think this would be perfect for you.
I don't like the looks of. Oh, yes.
I already put in a bid for you in your name,
That's
with
great.
your credit card information.
That would be awesome
How
to
cool.
drive around.
Look at that bad boy
How
rocking
fun.
around. Of course, this is an iconic radio flyer going around Anchorage, Alaska.
That is fantastic.
Look at how cool that is. Now, in a minute, you'll see some of the old photos of how they built this amazing piece of machinery. Look, they started kind of with the frame of a truck, broke it down, and then just built it back up from there.
That is fun.
It's so cool. So this car will be going to auction.
And it could be yours for the low, low price of, who knows?
Well, who knows? I mean, it could be yours, Matt. Again, I'm putting a bid for you.
I'm glad you're doing that.
I'm helping you out. All right, 6:15, we're going to take a short break here on Montana This Morning. But when we come back, taking many lessons that she learned while excelling on the golf course for Montana State University and turning them into life lessons for the next generation. When we come back, our Grace Lawrence talks with a former Bobcat, Paige Crawford.